Okay, a new version of Plasticity dropped a couple days ago, so I just thought I'd take a moment here to show you how how it works and kind of some of the stuff that it can do for uh, anybody that uses other applications like Blender or, in my case, Lightwave. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just draw out a circle here, and we'll hit the tab key, and I'll just punch in 100 millimeters. Okay, and we get a circle. And so I'm going to go up here, and up here, these are vertices, edges, faces, and complete objects. Okay, so I'm going to click on the faces, and I'm going to just click on that, and it immediately wants to do an extrude automatically, so that's fine. So we're going to just bring that up a little bit, and we'll press enter to say we're okay with that. And now I want to go ahead and grab the edge here, and I'm going to grab this right there, that little edge, and I'm going to hit the O button to offset it. I'm going to offset it and bring it in to say there. Okay, and hit enter. And then I'm going to grab the face button again here, and I'm going to click on that, and we're going to extrude that up like so, and we'll hit enter to say we're happy with it. And I'm going to go ahead and create another circle here, and we're going to just make it right here on top, and we'll say that's fine. We're in face mode, so we'll go ahead and click on that, and we'll just drag that up and hit enter. And now you see we've got two solid bodies here. So I'm going to grab this solid body right here, and I want to move that, and I want to move it down here. So I'm going to just put it right about there. That looks good. Whoops. Undo. Move again. And we'll move it right there. Okay. And then I'm going to just move it down and put it right between there, because I'm going to do a boolean. And before I do a boolean, I'm going to do a radial ray, and I want to do it right on that center point. So here we have our boolean parts. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to go ahead and select this. I'm going to press this boolean button, and then I'm going to just shift click on each one of these to punch a hole through that bottom portion there. I'm going to hit OK. So far so good. We have a cool little thing. Now I'm going to take this piece up here, this flat piece that I made previously, and I'm going to just extend that down. And I might be doing some of this wrong. I don't know exactly all the ins and outs of this little tool yet, but this is something that I've been toying around with, and haven't read the manual yet, so so I'm just kind of playing. So it's real intuitive. This is absolutely not reading the manual whatsoever. Maybe I'll watch a few YouTube videos and whatnot, but very, very few. It's really, really intuitive. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. I'm going to punch a hole in this. So I'm going to boolean, and there, punch a hole. Okay. So far so good. Everything is moving along real nice. I really like where that's going. I think this has a lot of good features in it. A lot of really neat tools, and as I get going here, we'll share everything that I've learned so far. I think it's a tool that can be used for any Lightwaver, and especially for modeling things that might be a little difficult to create on your own. I would definitely check into this tool. So here we are. So far what we've done here, isn't terribly interesting, but we can make it a little more interesting by using some of the other tools at our disposal. So let's go ahead and hit the edge tool right here, and we'll just go down there. First of all, let's go ahead and get rid of these parts that we made, these circles. We don't need them anymore, so we'll just delete them. And we got our edges, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab this edge right here, and we're just going to chamfer that a little bit. And we can put a chamfer in like so, which is great. That looks good. We hit enter. And I want to do the same thing to all these down here. I want to chamfer all these. And maybe there's a way to select all these at once, but like I said, I haven't read the manual, so maybe once I read the manual we'll find out. And we'll just put a little chamfer in there. Very good. Okay, so far so good. I like what's happening. Over here at the top, I want to do the same thing here. I want to put a little chamfer in here and here. Very good. Nice. Okay, so far we have a part that was fairly easy to make, but it's nothing too fantastic. But we need to add a little chamfer here as well. So we can go here and we get a cool little chamfer, but I want a better chamfer. So instead of going this way, I'm going to just go the opposite direction, and I get this cool fillet that's happening. And I'm going to continue on with my fillet, and I'm going to just grow this thing up because I'm getting a really cool shape. Could be a nose cone to a jet or something that's, I don't know. It's really neat. I like that. So very, very pleased with that. So, again, I'm going to add a little chamfer to this. Well, you know what? Maybe not. I'll put a nice little fillet on it. Yeah, well, that's looking really cool. And, wonder if we can do the same to all these things. Now, one thing that I did notice here, that instead of turning around, I can just go ahead and click this button here, and now I can see through everything, and I can select through, which is kind of neat. So you can see how that works. And now we're going to put, cool little shape. Very nice. Very nice. So far so good. But there's more tricks up the sleeve here. Let me just show you some of the tricks here. We're going to bring over Blender, and lo and behold, as you can see here, we have the shape in Blender with a cool material on it. Now, what in the world, how did that happen? Well, let's just see here. Let's go back to Plasticity and let's muck about with this a little bit more. Let's grab this right here, and we're going to just grab this, and we're going to just bring this down. We're going to flatten it out. And we're going to say, oh, that's cool. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select this, and we're going to put a cool shape on the top like that. Oh, that's very neat. Oh, let's go back to Blender. Ooh, looky here. We have it in Blender. All those things that I did in Plasticity show up in Blender. Well, that's really cool, and that's really neat. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go Copy to External. Okay. Now I'm going to go up into Lightwave 2023, and I'm going to say Paste from External. And lo and behold, here we have it in Lightwave as well. Of course, the materials don't come through and everything, and that's to be expected. But we do have it. So let's go ahead and crank up the metallic on it and turn up the roughness, smoothing. Smoothing's got some issues, definitely. We'll have to work on that. But you can see that through using Blender and Plasticity, we can get something rather cool into Lightwave real easy. Now there are different things that we can do to this, both in Plasticity and in Blender. So let's say we just wanted to pump out an OBJ to go directly from Plasticity to Lightwave without, round tripping through Blender. We can go up here and we can hit export. So we hit export, and we'll just call this dump thing 2, and we'll hit save, and we get this little dialog up here. And you can see now we have some options in this dialog. We can convert everything to quads, and we'll get a real-time update, or we can even go to n-gons. And not only that, we can change our density and kind of change the basic flow of this object in its exporting. Okay, so that's one way of going about and getting an OBJ out of here, and many others, file formats. If we hit export, there are many other, some solids, step files, STLs to go to print, SAT file, all kinds of files. And then it also imports many different files too, a lot of your solids-based files and whatnot. So that's one way of playing around with the geometry and converting it to different a different format or a different flow. The other option is to do this in Blender. So we have this here in Blender, and let's go to wireframe mode. We have this refaceting thing over here, and you notice we're on tries right now, so we can go to n-gons, and we hit the button, and now it's refactored as n-gons. But then we have an advanced level, and then we just have some basic utilities here that we can play around with and change the way our polygons are. So you can see there it simplified it even further. Let's go the other way here and see what we get. And for me, it's just a lot of trial and error here. Let's go with the faces there. Now if you wanted to maybe bring this into Lightwave to sub-D it, and maybe someone like this, you could use it to sub-D it with minimal work, but you can also use it inside a Blender and just create a lot of polygons as well to give you a really nice look. Oh, that looks nice right there. Let's go, and again, I haven't read the manual, so I don't really know what a lot of these buttons, ooh, there you go, what all these buttons do and everything. It's trial and error. You get it and play with it, and you see what works best for you. You notice here that it's a very dense model, but man, it's very, very, very clean and very smooth. Hardly any errors. It looks like that would render beautifully. So let's go ahead and send that to Modeler and see what that looks like. So we copy to external, and we come over here to Modeler, and we'll just say paste from external. And what do we get? Oh, wow, we got a ton of errors here. Make that double-sided. A lot of that goes away. Turn off smoothing. Yep, it looks like there's some issues. A lot of polygons, but a lot of things that are flipped. Probably need to use some tools to clean that up, but I think it can be done. I haven't experimented too much with this side of things, but in Blender you can see that now if you don't want to deform the model in any way, you could certainly use that as is, inside of Blender. I don't see any issues at all whatsoever. So let's go back into Plasticity, and we're going to just cancel out of that. And let's see, what else we can do with this. Let's go ahead and grab a face, and let's see. Oh, we're getting some errors. So ooh, interesting. Ooh, what was that? That was very cool. Looks like it's struggling and thinking, and okay, so apparently that's not gonna work. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, we can bring that up like so. Oh, that's pretty nifty. Whoops, that didn't take for some reason. Okay, there we go. And let's see, in Blender. Yep, came over in Blender. So very cool. Very cool. So yeah, the Blender Plasticity Bridge, think of it as the hub, I guess, for Blender. It's an add-on. It's completely free that you can get for Blender, so that it's a live feed between Plasticity and Blender. And if you are a heavy Blender user, which I am not, but if you are, a lot of the shortcuts are the same in Plasticity as they are in Blender. For instance, G for move, and you can move. R for rotate. S for scale. There are a lot of similarities there. Like I said, I'm not a huge Blender user, so I don't really know the shortcuts. And then I think like Shift D, I think, is for duplicate. Yeah, duplicate. So yeah, if you are a big heavy Blender user, everything's the same or very close to it, all the shortcuts. So that's one advantage if you are a Blender user. And stuff does come over, so that duplicate is there. It looks like it's hiding behind the other one. I don't even use the shortcuts in Blender, but I'm not a heavy Blender user. I just use it for a few things here and there that Lightwave isn't well suited to do. So anyway, that's a little demonstration on Plasticity, and again, it just came out with a new version a few days ago. They just mainly made some modifications to the UI, which look pretty good. You can, got different matte caps that you can put on it and things like that. So strongly recommend that you take a look at Plasticity. There's a 30-day trial, and then there's 2 paid versions. There's an indie version, which is, I think, $200 or $150, and then there's a professional version, which is, I think, around $300. But definitely check it out if you are so inclined.